So
Right.
I'm just wanted to know, like, what was that like for you, in elementary and junior high? Like as far as academia, did you have any influences in your teachers or faculty? Did you were you a part of any programs or you know self extracurricular activities?
Yeah, I ran track, and I was in the Upward Bound program.
Oh wow, I haven't heard that in a long time. Outward
Yeah,
Bound.
yeah, Upward
Wow.
Bound.
So you was outdoorsy? You an outdoorsy person?
No, well, they had an academic Upward Bound, meaning
Oh, because 'cause I'm thinking about, maybe I'm thinking about something else. I'm thinking about, like, that's more of like a
yeah, I
outdoor
know
type
what
of.
you're talking about though. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, I didn't
Yeah,
know it
this
was,
is more
I didn't know it
academic.
was academic. Oh, I didn't know there was a version like that. Okay, so tell me
Mhm.
what that entails though, like, give me some insight on that.
So they if you get into the program, I forgot what age, was it, ninth or 10th grade? It's probably 10th grade and beyond.
You
They
talking
offer
about high
they
hey,
offer
wait a minute, Sister Nicole, you talking about high school. I'm talking about junior high
Oh, oh,
elementary.
junior high, I'm sorry. In elementary and middle, junior high
Yes,
school,
yes.
I actually played an instrument, clarinet.
You
I
did. You
love,
played a
love,
clarinet?
love, love my
Boy.
instrument. I still know how to play it to this day. I was in concert band, symphony band, marching band.
Oh,
That
cool.
was my life.
That is cool though. I like that. And no,
Mhm.
because you don't hear about many marching bands at that in elementary, junior high school. You see, you don't
Right.
hear about bands, and I just wish they would just bring back music in our schools. But that's a whole nother
Yes. Yeah,
conversation we'll get
funding.
into.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's oh, that is so cool. So did you go like did y'all play in tournaments? Did you go to different schools? Did you go on the road with this the field
Yeah,
trip?
so,
Yeah.
I had to audition to get into symphony band, which I made it,
Mm,
and we would, perform, I think maybe during spring break. We went to Orlando, I believe we went to Chicago, and some other places. Never, rode was flew on an airplane until I, was in symphony band, and I remember
okay.
my ears were hurting. Now I know what it was my
Mm.
sinus drainage. But that was my first experience on a plane. So I got a lot of my traveling experience just in the programs that I was in.
Oh, wonderful. And
Yeah.
where did you travel? Where's some of the places you
Uh,
travel
Um,
to?
as an adult or as a
What some of the
kid?
places you travel to?
As an adult, I've
No,
traveled
as a kid,
to.
when you was in a band.
Oh, a kid. Yeah, you
No,
have.
as a kid, when you was in a
Yeah.
band.
As a kid, I believe, I know Orlando. We won there. Orlando, Chicago. Um, I don't recall nowhere else.
No, it's all right. That's all right. I just want to see what that experience was like for you, because we don't hear much about that. So,
Yeah.
during the time, like I mentioned before about self-discovery. So I want to get
Mhm.
more into that. And like I said, we're still in elementary and junior high. So do you recall what you discovered about yourself at that time? Do you remember?
I was an awkward kid.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I was bullied in junior
Oh
high,
no. Well, you
probably
now.
middle, probably elementary as well, but
Mm,
more so in junior high. So, and then I was getting taller, so I was an awkward
mhm.
little
Yeah,
black
okay.
girl who
Mhm.
was tall, and then really didn't have, my mom was home, but she worked, but never really had no one to talk to about, body change. I remember I had my first woman experience, period, and
See?
I tried
Mhm.
to hide it because I didn't know what this was. I thought something was wrong, and my sister found out, and of course she told my mom, and I thought it was more of a punishment. I was gonna get in trouble. Didn't know that's a natural thing.
Right,
So
right.
okay. So that was the type of experience I had. It's just that I had to.
Mhm.
Everything was trial and error, and didn't really have the support that was needed in my development as a young child.
So you didn't have that support, like, not even from, like, people from anyone from your school, any teachers, anything? They didn't tell you how to, do, like, the hygienic stuff,
Mm-mm,
how to pick the right type of, you know, personal items? No?
mm-mm. I had to learn on my own, which I was like, wow. So that's why I was like, I was very trying to be very hands-on with my daughters. This what you need to do.
Yes.
This what
Oh,
you
yeah.
I had a little package for 'em, all that stuff. I just did not
Absolutely.
know. So, no wonder,
Wow.
yeah.
So, okay.
And then
That's see,
my
you see?
sister was too much into herself, or by then she left home. So by then I didn't have no one to talk to. So her my
Oh,
mom had a
wow.
falling out, so she ended up going listen so sign up for the military.
Oh, she was in the military. Oh,
Hmm.
okay. So what branch?
She did army.
Oh, wow. Oh, so you
Hmm.
were kind of like, and did she ever keep in contact with you at least? Did she ever maintain any contact with you, at some point in your childhood, in your
So
kid,
I thought that
teenager?
she didn't, and when she came home years later, when we were all adult married, she had animosity towards me because she said, "I used to write to you," and I said,
Wow.
"Mel, I was a kid. I didn't know you write to me." Found out my mom kept those letters from her.
What?
Yes,
Why?
I don't know.
What?
But keep in mind, my mom was dealing with her own
I
trauma.
know.
So yeah,
But I mean, I understand, but why your sister? Why not have allow you to have contact with your own sister?
yeah, I don't know. So
Wow.
I
Wow.
never
So,
I never knew. She said, "Yeah, I wrote to y'all. I tried to send y'all Christmas gift."
oh
Um,
my goodness.
we never knew.
Oh, so okay, so now I'm starting to understand why you had that resentment now. Now I'm getting it. Okay.
Well, no,
Yeah.
keep in mind, for whatever reason, I did not resent my mother. I had more of a hurt.
But at some point you did though. At some point you had to. I mean, it's okay if you did.
No,
At
I
some point.
agree, but
Yeah.
I always wanted my mother's affection, so I don't think I ever had the time to resent her. I love her.
Oh, okay. Got
Yeah,
you. Got you.
so I never resented her. I didn't understand why she did certain things, especially concerning me. But I was just like, I still love her. I
Hmm.
said I still would take
Right.
care of her. So
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, but just kind of just limiting that contact with your sister. That's
yeah,
kind of harsh. That's
yeah,
harsh.
and it made it harder when
Yeah.
when we got older because we're not close to this day. And it's not. My
Oh,
sister tried to
wow.
say, she just living her life. But I said that's not normal. We're family. So
Right, right.
yeah,
So even with her becoming aware of the fact that it wasn't your fault that she tried to reach, out to you, you
yeah.
still wasn't able to come to resolve it all? No?
No, it's not. I tried to have conversation with her, try to be real close, and she always say it's not about you, it's about life, and I'm living my life. I said, well, Mel, it's not normal that we're not close. We're this is all we have. Um,
Right.
but at the end of the day, it took many years of prayer, like
Mhm.
20 years, because I've been trying. I cry about it, pray about it. But I just made resolve that, at the end of the day, if people want to be in your circle in your life, they'll make room for you. And they
Mhm.
don't, you got to be okay with it.
Gotta be yes. Yes.
Sister
I
or no
could
sister.
yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely, because you can't force anyone to be a part of your life,
Right.
and so if her journey doesn't necessarily align the way you want it, so be it. Enjoy the life that you have, with your
Right.
beautiful family, and we're gonna get more into that too. But yeah,
Hmm.
but I'm hoping that at some point, you guys will, engage, have a different engagement. But if not, don't feel any kind of way.
Yeah, yeah. I made peace with it. I
Yeah,
did check on
yeah.
her the other day, maybe last week or so. I think around things before Thanksgiving. I said, "Well, how
Mhm.
are you doing? Are you having anything?" I didn't ask to come over because I used to
Right,
like,
right.
I just said, "Oh," and she told me what she was doing. I said, "Okay, I love you," and I
Okay.
didn't stay on too long. I said, "Lord,
Mhm.
I'm learning," because the old Nicole be like, "Can we come over, or you can come over
Right,
to our
right.
house?" You know. I
Mhm.
had invited her to my wedding. She didn't even come to my wedding. Now that hurt.
Oh,
Now
yeah,
that
that
hurt
is
me.
hurtful. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, that
because
is
I invited
hurtful.
my mom and my sister. And my sister said, I never got the invitation. I said, well, I can give you the address right now so you can come. So I still sent it to her, but she didn't show up. So I was like,
Mm.
I make excuses. It ain't like y'all didn't know. So
Right, right.
mhm,
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear about that one. Yeah,
yeah.
your
But you
wedding.
know what? My
Yeah.
wedding, I would definitely say it was a beautiful God.
Mhm.
God knows all things,
Mm.
and He knew that who was supposed to be there. My sister,
Right.
my college roommates were
Mhm.
there, um,
Okay.
and my brother was there. So God made sure I did not feel any voidance.
Good.
Um,
Yes, I'm
yeah,
glad to hear that. Yeah, so
mhm,
that's a sign of relief. Okay, that's a good
yeah.
that's good to know.
It was
Yeah.
beautiful. That was one thing I was worried about. And it was fine. We did it. Price and I did it our way, and it was beautiful. God was
See?
there.
Yes.
Pastor
See?
Rand was a hoot. He was it was anointing, and he was funny. A lot of people showed up. I was like, oh Lord, I didn't know how much I was loved. It was a lot of people
Yeah,
there.
see?
Um, but
Yeah.
one thing that still, I'm gonna be honest, one thing that haunted me to this day, I did not serve alcohol purposely. And people started leaving throughout the reception. I said, "What are you?"
Why? Oh, because of
I said,
that? Oh
"Oh,
my
I
gosh.
guess they were used to. People are used
Mhm.
to going to things, having drinks."
Wow.
I said, "Are y'all serious? You can't have fun without drinking. Come on."
Right. I mean, that is crazy. But the fact and for them to just leave, no, that's
Yeah,
crazy.
I was
That's
like,
crazy.
it was over
Yeah.
within, I want to say 3-4 hours max from the
Okay.
wedding to the
But that's not
reception.
bad though. Yeah, that's not
Yeah,
bad.
I said,
Okay.
okay, I was
Yeah,
fine
but
with it
to
though.
leave for that reason, though. But I mean, but just overall, leave. I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
that's crazy. That's crazy. But okay, but
Hmm.
let's but going back, so
Hmm.
we got into the elementary, the awkward stage, and being bullied. Unfortunately, I can't stand that, and
Yeah.
and that's the thing about it when it comes to bullying. I remember growing up and I was taunted as well. It was all, I just didn't like how a lot of adults were so dismissive. I
Yeah.
don't know whether it was with you or not as well. Like, did you have the experience to where a lot of the adults that you had in your life were like, well, that's part of life, or that's their way of saying they like you. Kids can be cruel; they just brush it off as if it's supposed like being bullied supposed to be a rite of passage during your childhood. It is not.
Right.
It is not
Well,
as simple.
I don't think I told anyone. I just took my brother and I were both being bullied. What happened was, as soon as the bell rang, it was time to go. The
Mm-mm.
young guy, his name, I remember his day to this day, Curtis. He would chase me home
Mm.
every day. It lasted for years. So he would try to. He said I would have to pay him, let's say, 25 cents a day. Of course,
What?
no kid like me didn't have no money. So then I would get beat up. So one day I stood up to him and because I got bullied every day, and it was just in my thinking, it was just a part of life.
Yeah,
Like, who do
yeah,
I tell? I didn't have no sister.
yeah.
My
That's what.
brother was
Mhm.
younger, so we dealt with it. So to me, it was a part of life. It made me stronger. I was a track star by then because me and Corey would sprint home
Yeah,
every
yeah.
day.
Right. You had
Right, and
practice.
it
Yeah.
wasn't down the street. It was over and over here. Detroit, just everything was far. So we sprint home. We ran a lot.
Wow.
So
See
one
that?
day I finally stood up to him, and I kid you not, I must have been the Lord. He threw a brick at me, and
What?
he should have hit me. And
A
what happened was
bit.
I liked it as one guy. I said, okay, I want him to see me get beat up. So I just stood up
What?
to Curtis and I walked away, and he was in close earshot. He should have hit him. He should have hit me with the brick. The brick should have reached me, but it did. It just missed, and he kept throwing it.
What?
So I know it wasn't nothing but the grace of God that brick did not hit me, because I he should have those bricks should have landed on me.
Look, listen
And
here,
ever since then, it was
man.
yeah.
Curtis, if you out there, I don't know if you met Kurt. I don't know. Did you see Curtis' sister?
From
Curtis,
Detroit.
yeah, Curtis. If you out there, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. First of all,
Yes.
you have no business bullying a girl in the first place, and you
Right.
trying to hit her with
Little
a brick.
scrawny so.
That's attempted murder, by the way.
Mhm.
That is attempted murder. You should be ashamed of yourself. You need to
Yeah.
come. Like, matter of fact, if you watch, I hope you're watching this. I want you to watch this because you owe Nicole McGraw the most sincerest apology. You need to grovel for her forgiveness because
Yeah.
you had no business. You had no right
No,
to
right.
treat her that way. And I don't care you. I don't care how young you were. You old enough to know better.
Yeah.
Shoot. All right. All right. All right. I'm back. All
Yeah.
right. Because that made me mad.
Yeah, I was just like, Lord, but
Yeah.
I endured that for a long time.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness. You,
Yeah.
you said that the guy that you like. I mean, did he pretend to have your back?
No, well, I never nothing never came out, and he probably didn't even know I liked him. It just thought he was funny.
Oh,
And that
but
was the day I
okay.
finally stood up for myself. I said, listen, I'm not gonna get bullied no more. Um,
Right. Yeah, okay.
yeah,
Yeah, I mean, it's just on the bottom line, like enough is enough.
enough is
But I mean,
enough.
so congratulations for having the courage to do that, you
Yeah.
know?
And needless
Um,
to say,
mhm,
I actually know how to fight. That's the funny part about,
mhm.
like, why didn't I just
You had hands because he's a boy.
yeah,
He was a boy,
yeah.
that's
I
the
was like,
thing,
why did I
you're supposed
me
to
and my
be like
brother could
that.
have take him, but for whatever reason, it was more of a mind thing, I guess. And
Right,
we
right.
allowed that to go on and on. I was like, Jesus, Jesus. So
But I'm glad you put a stop to it.
yeah.
But Curtis, you need to be ashamed of yourself. I don't like you. I don't like you. I don't care how I don't care how I don't know if you're alive or not. I don't care how old you are. I don't like
Yeah.
so, but
No,
yeah,
we
but I'm
forgive
glad
him.
you
I would love to talk to him. I hope, praying that
yeah.
he has a decent life. But yeah, that was he just that part of my life was miserable. So
Yeah, I can imagine. But like I said, I'm glad you overcame that. I'm glad you had the
yeah,
courage to, yes, because and it seemed like it's still worse now. We in 2025, and we still
yeah,
have to deal with this, to the
yeah,
point where, there were, actual children ending themselves. And it's, like I
yes,
said, we get more into that as well, but it's such a shame and it's not okay. And
yeah.
that's the point that we're making here. It's not okay.
Mhm.